lead. I don't want to be Tom Izzo tonight. I don't want to be his team tonight or tomorrow.
Post player, you want to find the defender, then you want to feel him, then you want to finish it. And he's done that twice with that little rolling hook.
Inside, Cook, great catch. Held it up high and draws the foul. D. Brown putting that one right on the button.
See, this is the 3F move. Finding, feeling, then finish him off.
And what happens when you feel it?
Well, when you feel him, you know how you can use your body to negate his body. And you can get in position for the shot that you want to take. You know, you being a little fella, you wouldn't quite understand that kind of thinking.
I know. Yesterday, when we played a little one-on-one, you showed me.
Yeah, I had to
and I have cuts and bruises all over me right now.
No cuts and bruises. I just had to show you. You were feeling good yesterday. And I had to show you how to operate in the paint.
And talk about feeling good. Roger Powell with the offensive rebound and stick back. What a game for Roger. 18 points.
The full court pressure here by Illinois. Really trying to make Northwestern use even more clock and put some additional pressure on them.
Roger Powell with a career-high 18 points. And the steal by D. Brown.
High hands.
Sloppy passing by Northwestern. Williams, catch and shoot. That's a brick. Rebounded by Cook, and he throws it out of bounds. Cook about 6 feet away from the basket. Probably should have looked for his own shot.
Yeah, he could have scored that one easily. At 6'10", nobody can jump up and bother his shot in that range. Or he could have just made the pass a little softer because Powell was open.
Here's Young. Cut off on the baseline. Almost turned it over. Inside, Young again. Nice look. Get it up and the foul.
Now that's a little fella who knows how to work in the paint.
No question.
Just Tim Young, boy, he's got a big ticker, a lot of heart. It showed you his tenacity there. Nice find, too, by T.J. Parker.
So Jatim at the free throw line. He's a Chicago native.
Gus, he's been in double digits in the last 5 games. 18 points per outing during that stretch. He's a 55% shooter from the floor in conference play.
At 18 points, 6 rebounds in their loss to Minnesota. Augustine with the ball fake, lost it on the way up. Out of bounds, last touch by Illinois.
I like what Bill Self has done here in the second half defensively. Applying a little full court pressure. Minnesota did this to Northwestern in the game earlier in the week and really bothered Northwestern.
Young. No quick shots by Northwestern. They really want to set up to get a good one. And Parker stripped. Brown to Williams. And lays it up and in. Darren Williams. Part of that freshman backcourt for Illinois. Makes it a 50-38 game. Now Parker up the sideline.
Really a good strategy here by Illinois to really try to make Northwestern make plays they aren't comfortable with at a pace that they aren't really comfortable with.
Young, 15-foot pull-up.
And because Illinois has a little more bench strength, this strategy could really work for them.
And Powell finally misses a shot and commits the foul, running into Jennings. So Roger Powell, prior to that shot, 6 of 6. And he picks up foul number 2.
Well, you love to see a guy go after his own shot when he misses. But that time, the collision too much to not warrant a foul.
Career high 18. And Illinois pressing three-quarter court, broken easily. Northwestern starting their offense near the half-court line. A shot. Hit a couple in the first half. Powell snatching it down. Williams leans in. A brick. T.J. Parker with the rebound. Northwestern in transition. Nice pass. Jennings lays it up and a blocking foul.
Boy, and Jennings wanted that ball to fall in the hole because he would have had a chance for a three-point play. Again, we talked about how Northwestern will look to run. Boy, Darren Williams did a pretty good job of getting square and set. Tough call going against the Illini there. Williams picked up his third.
Now don't forget, as Jennings steps to the line. Jennings, 8 points. And the first one good. Don't forget, tonight, it's an all-new night of drama on CBS. We start with Touched by an Angel. Then it's Craig T. Nelson in the District, followed by The Agency. It's all here tonight on CBS, America's most watched network. Aaron Jennings from Atkins, Iowa. Recruited by Kevin O'Neill when he was the head coach at Northwestern. He's got 10.6 rebounds, 4 assists.
Max, you're killing me. Hey, everybody jamming. Hey, man. She jamming? They jamming too. Can a brother get a Bud Light, man?
With a great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down. Make it a Bud Light.
Just breathe. Just believe. Another day. Just believe. I'm used to it by now. Just breathe. Just breathe.
Yo, we got any eats? What?
Eddie up.
That's not a lot of loot.
Watch me work.
Your meal, your choices with McDonald's Dollar Menu. Sandwiches, sides, desserts at a price you can handle. Just $1 each, every day, only at McDonald's. Got a buck? You're in luck.
Must be hungry.
Just a little bit.
That's what I'm talking about.
Parfait, s'il vous plaît.
Say what?
It's French, dog. Don't worry about it.
When it comes to your home phone, you want to make local calls. Let's say this jelly bean is a local call. You want to make unlimited local calls. Now, you also want to make long-distance calls. This is a long-distance call. And let's say you can make an unlimited number of them to anywhere in the country. Welcome to the neighborhood. Unlimited local and long-distance calling for one low monthly price. What a sweet deal.
Call 1-800-JOIN-MCI today. The neighborhood, where local and long distance come together.
Don't miss the Grammys live with Bruce Springsteen, Dixie Chicks, Faith Hill, Eminem, and more. The Grammys, CBS Sunday.
Illinois by 10. Now, don't forget, Sunday on 60 Minutes, not many people have stood up to Saddam Hussein and lived to tell about it. One man did, and recounts it to Steve Croft in excruciating detail. Sunday on 60 Minutes. Gus Johnson, Clark Kellogg, there's a future member of the Illini family in attendance here in Chicago. This is a home game for the Fighting Illini, and they were scheduled to play this one in Champaign, but because of a scheduling conflict, they moved this game to the United Center.
The State High School Wrestling Championship is taking place in Champaign.
Brown inside, nice play, pulls up.
Not only is Brown scoring, but between he and Darren Williams, they've had 9 assists and only 1 turnover so far today, Gus. Terrific production from a pair of freshman backcourt mates.
And the Wildcats turn it over, but Blake takes it right back. Now T.J. Parker. The kick out. Blake. Flat.
Boy, they really need him to make shots. Last couple of years, he'd averaged 13 points a game, and this year has just not found his stroke. And as a senior, his teammates and coaching staff looking for more production from him.
Cook inside. And Burke snatching it down. Matter of fact, Winston Blake led the team in scoring back-to-back seasons.
Right.
13 last year and 11 his sophomore season.
And he was a 37% shooter those 2 years. Today, only 0 of 3.
Kind of reminds
behind the
me
line.
of Adam Ballinger at Michigan State. We'll see him tomorrow when they take on Syracuse. Here's Burke.
Yeah, a senior that you're expecting to step into a more prominent role and help lead your team not only verbally but with production, and just hasn't happened here for Blake. And certainly Ballinger has had a tough year so far.
Powell rising on the baseline. T.J. Parker. Boy, can he get it into the front court quickly. A 15-footer. Doesn't follow his own shot. And here's another quick one. D. Brown. Cook. Both teams misfiring in the second half, and a foul called against Illinois.
This pace is not what it is not the pace Northwestern wants, Gus. They need to be more deliberate. As you take a look at the field goal percentage shooting, Illinois has cooled off considerably from that 74%. Not a lot of rebounds to be had.
Only down by 12. Three-point shot pulled them out of the hole in the first half after they trailed by as many as 18. But this full court pressure is causing them some problems. They've been breaking it, but it's hard to get into their offense.
And they really don't have anybody that can attack the goal. And there's Blake. If he can get it going, then he could be the answer they're looking for.
52-42. That was a two-pointer.
Yeah, I think Illinois just has to continue to be patient, look to probe it inside.
And Harrington takes his eye off the ball. A shot. Nice look. Burke with the finish. Muhammad speaks. And with 12:42 to go, Bill Self wants a timeout. Northwestern pulling to within a 52-44. Razzle-dazzle.
Just breathe. Just believe. Another day. Just believe. I'm used to it by now. Just breathe. Just breathe.
Craig T. Nelson stars in The District tonight on CBS. It's all here.
The following preview has been rated cash back for everyone in a world where 0% is not enough and the future unfolds before your very eyes. Time is limited and the fate of millions rests on $500 to $1,000 bonus cash. Choose $2,500 to $4,000 total cash back or 0% financing and $500 to $1,000 bonus cash on select models. It's a story of power, passion, and a family's quest for safety. $500 to $1,000 bonus cash on top of current incentives. The future is now.
Come on, Joey, let's have some of Grandma's old recipe ice cream.
Wow, it sure looks good.
It is, Joey. There's a whole world of wonderful flavors in her old recipe ice cream. It starts with fresh cream and cane sugar, then in go all kinds of other great tasting treats.
Gosh, did Grandma make it herself?
Of course not, Joey. She goes to the store and buys it like everybody else.
Taste the premium quality of old recipe ice cream from Prairie Farms.
This is your appetite talking, and this is a tasty alert. You're not gonna believe this, baby.
Right now, 5 Arby's roast beefs are just $5.95.
All that slow roasted beef. So tender, so juicy. And those sauces. That's what you want, baby.
Get 5 Arby's regular roast beef sandwiches for just $5.95, but not for long.
If you want the tasty, you gotta be hasty. Give in to your grown-up taste.
Chris Widlick on 3 News, Central Illinois' news leader.
Half game will travel. Mohammed Hashad, beautiful lead behind the back to Jason Burke. The guy you didn't see, to Tim Young, by running the floor, pulled the defender away and opened that lane up for Jason Burke. But what a beautiful pass by Hashad.
Illinois shot 74% in the first half. They're shooting 31% this half. So Northwestern stepping it up on the defensive end. Landon Ferguson rolling down the lane, pulls up, off the mark, loose. Ferguson gets the rebound and the foul. Jadzim reaching in and fouling him from behind. And that's the fourth foul on Jadzim Young. He checks out of the game. T.J. Parker back in. And Mr. Tony Parker Sr., he must have the fast gene because his boys can roll.
Yeah, they can.
You know what I'm saying?
They get from one end to another, to the other in a hurry.
There he is. His sons can really move it.
That's Winston Blake getting raked across the face by Brian Cook. May have lost a contact. That apparently is what has happened. He did lose a contact. They're giving him ample time to wet it down and reinsert it. Gus, are you a contact guy?
No, I'm afraid to put him on my eye.
Oh,
for some reason.
Really?
Are you?
Big tough guy like you can't put a contact
I know, right? I don't know about that. As Winston gets his eyewear together Monday on an all-new late show with David Letterman. Don't miss Steve Martin plus a Grammy wrap-up. And later this week, catch Sharon Osbourne, Carmen Electra, and Bruce Willis. It's all right here on CBS, America's Most Watched Network.
Boy, nice little extended break here for Northwestern.
No charge timeout.
One more look. Cook raking him across the face. And DeVore Duwacic checks into the game, replacing him. Here's Ferguson and Williams, along with D. Brown, Smith, and Cook inside.
Boy, Jason Burke trying to battle Brian Cook down low. And he fought him hard, but he just doesn't have the size to be able to bother Cook's shot. He's got 9 points now on 8 boards. That's Brian Cook.
Illinois backing off. Now Northwestern runs the offense. Duwacic inside. Jennings in the corner. Burke short. Now Williams, the lob to Cook. That one in and out of his hands. Northwestern trying to hang tough here, but they need to cut into this Illinois lead.
And to do that, they've got to knock down a couple of those perimeter shots. 0 of 4 from behind the arc this half for Northwestern.
8 to shoot. Duwacic crosses over to the cup. Oh my goodness! DeVore Duwacic with time running out.
I think he caught the fighting Illini defenders off balance.
With the sweeping finger roll, Brown splits the defense, no call. Wildcats get it, move it. A shot off the glass, no. Parker with the rebound, yes! 54-48. And momentum has swung in the direction of Northwestern. Inside, Cook can't make the catch, but he's fouled.
Well, I think if you get Cook that far up the lane, maybe you can play behind him. An 8-2 run for Northwestern, as you see Bill Carmody reinserting Winston Blake back into the lineup. But we're going to take a timeout here, and Northwestern within 6.
Our leaders Introducing the Saturn Ion, specifically designed and engineered for whatever's next.
Je suis le vent. Seul, je vais sans but. Vers où? Vers quoi? Je suis le...
Porsche uses HP technology to design the world's most exciting cars, making the wind very happy.
Tu es si belle.
On Big Fat Greek Monday, what can kill an engagement?
Get your hand out of my pants!
When the families finally meet. An all-new Raymond.
It's going good.
Then, if you thought the wedding was fun, wait till after the honeymoon.
Are you pregnant? We've only been married 10 days. So?
My Big Fat Greek Life premieres after Raymond, CBS Monday.
CBS Sports coverage of the road to the Final Four is sponsored by Saturn, makers of the View, the redesigned L Series, and the new Ion. The U.S. Navy, accelerate your life. And by the Intel Pentium 4 processor. Can a better computer really change your life? Yes, Intel.
54-48. They're fighting Illini with the lead over Northwestern. There's a shot of Brian Cook trying to take over here in the second half. And Cook has 9 points, 8 rebounds. T.J. Parker, speed demon.
Boy, they missed Nick Smith open inside. But I think that's where Illinois has to really try to attack Northwestern. Brian Cook has to avail himself to the ball, and his teammates need to get it inside to him.
Harrington off the front rim. Brown gets the long rebound. And a new shot clock for Illinois. Meanwhile, a foul inside. This is Burke.
Yeah, he's really been fighting hard. Again, giving up 5 inches and probably 30 pounds to Brian Cook. Trying to move his feet, doing a nice job there. Boy, not a lot going on, but enough to where Burke is called for the foul. But he's doing a nice job trying to break contact, be active with his feet, and try not to let Brian Cook find it.
Harrington, the lob! And Cook right there. Brian Cook nailing it down. A shot to Burke, can't hold on. That one had a little too much mustard on it.
Called play, good recognition by Harrington. Cook able to get behind the defense against the zone. You can shoot over it or lob over it. A beautiful find by Harrington. And Brian Cook with the hole punch.
Tim Young back into the game, backdoor D. Brown. And a whistle. Young steps on, rather Brown steps on the baseline. Out of bounds, and that's turnover number 13 for Illinois. And you really get the feeling that if Bill Carmody next season can get a healthy squad on the floor, they can really cause a lot of problems in the conference.
Well, you really like the backcourt and their potential. Parker and Hashad. And Bakusic is out after shoulder surgery, but you talk to Bill Carmody and, oh man, what a bounce pass! How did that get there? Blake to Burke. But talking to Bill Carmody, Bakusic is their best player. The big guy who can shoot it from deep as well as pass and handle.
And Burke picks up another foul inside. And that gets his dad up.
What a find. And this is trusting your offense because there was very little daylight in the paint there. And Blake, just knowing that Burke had his man beat, put the bounce pass the only place he could.
Back door again, Powell. Makes the catch and somehow turns and banks it in.
That's twice on the baseline out of bounds where Northwestern has not been attentive and allowed an Illinois player to get behind for the lob. And when you're playing soft, you don't put ball pressure on.
Jennings for three. Northwestern with some timely shooting. And that 18-point lead has been shaved to 5. 58-53.
See how soft Northwestern is playing on the ball, so they're not putting pressure on the passer, which allows Illinois to pick their targets and throw it inside. But you can't fault Northwestern's strategy, because if they get up and into the Illini perimeter players, then their size disadvantage becomes a factor. Jennings from deep as Burke picks up his 4th foul.
With 7:42 to play. And Jason has had an outstanding game.
He really
13 points.
Yes. And you talk about giving up the size to Cook and how he's battled defensively. Bill Carmody going to have to sit him down now, though. And Mohamed Hashad replaces him. What a terrific job by Jason Burke. And pops his pride.
Cook gets the second one to go. 7:42 to go in the second half. 59-53 Illinois. As Northwestern battles 15th ranked Illinois.
Doing a nice job, especially on the backboards. Staying pretty close there, shooting the ball well. They've made 3 more three-point field goals than Illinois has, and that's part of the reason they're within 6, because everything else has been about even. And Illinois has struggled a little bit, and you got to give Northwestern credit, because they've actually picked it up defensively to make it a little tougher for Illinois to get good looks.
And Jatim Young on the floor with 4 fouls. Jason Burke has 4. He's on the bench. Jennings is on the floor with 3.
Well, the strategy there for Bill Carmody is you want to keep one of your 4 foul guys available in case the one on the floor fouls out.
A shot. Feeding the low post. Jennings in traffic. And the rebound goes to Harrington.
Well, that was an excellent move, because the defender on Jennings was looking for the hook, and he was able to turn back to the other shoulder with the jump shot.
Now Powell has 20. Harrington spots up in the corner. Knocked out of bounds, and last touch by the Fighting Illini.
Gus, I tell you what, the job that Northwestern has done on the board, very impressive. They've been out-rebounded by 5. But considering how much size they give up to Illinois, well done. But part of that is the pace of play, the soft defense, which allows you to typically stay in good defensive rebounding position, and then the heart and determination they've shown in going after the ball.
Jennings off the front rim, and Cook comes up with his 9th rebound. 59-53. Illinois, critical point in the game right here. There's a high pick and roll. Brown fires off the dribble. Loose ball. Cook goes down hard, and Jennings goes down hard. And the foul is going to go against Cook, and Jennings is on the floor.
Boy,
and he grabbed his right ankle.
He sure did, Gus. Not expecting that kind of body weight to come down on top of him. He was not braced. Actually, he may have stepped on somebody's foot there. Oh, no. There it is. Brian Cook rolled on his ankle after the collision. See, he's up, and then watch him roll right there on the right ankle. Brian Cook rolled on the back of Jennings' foot, but it seems like he's okay. And most likely, if there is going to be any after effect, it'll be after the game today.
5 team fouls against Illinois. Burke back into the game with 4 fouls. Here's Burke. 6 minutes to go. Young with the step to the cup. Beautiful move. Jatim Young, and Bill Self is getting nervous. Parkhurst. 5:50 to go in the second half. 59-55. Timeout, Illini.
Just breathe. Just believe. Another day. Just believe. I'm used to it by now. Just breathe. Just breathe.
We're going to take a look at Northwestern's offense at its best. It's right inside. Everybody is trying to help out, watching their own men, rather, not in a position to help out. Again, the lane is clear. Everybody's up above the foul line, so you can't really offer the kind of help you normally would. And Tim Young recognized the lane and got right to the rim.
Northwestern is as close as they've been since the score was 11-7, 4 minutes into the first half. Cook knocked away, taken away by Burke. Great job by Jennings, diving on the ball and batting it out of Cook's hands. 14 turnovers for Illinois, and they pack in the zone.
And this is where you have to make a perimeter shot if you're Northwestern. Illinois not going to be susceptible to the backdoor cut, so you've got to be ready to step in and knock down a perimeter shot.
And Young wasn't aware of his position on the floor, steps out of bounds. Costly turnover there.
There's not much space between the three-point line and the sideline over there, especially when you have the NBA three-point line out there that sometimes confuse you a little bit.
Under 5 to go. Harrington knocked away. Great anticipation by Tim Young, stepping in the passing lane.
Boy, I love this young guy. Just having a chance to talk with him. Great personality, hard worker, battles night in and night out when he's giving up at least 4 or 5 inches to everybody he has to match up with.
Now D. Brown.
This is where you've got to find Brian Cook or step confidently into a jump shot.
Quick release for Cook, and he hits. Cook with oh so nice of a touch on that baseline. 61-55. And they rise to their feet here at the United Center. Northwestern, Illinois, the Big Ten Conference on CBS. Inside, Jennings grabs it. And a timeout called by Northwestern. And you can feel the intensity in this building, folks. 4:09 to go. Brian Cook taking over.
She's dark green, cashback, low intro, and end of the month. He's yellow, travel, everyday rate, and middle of the month. She's purple, travel, low intro, and beginning of the month. Introducing Bank One's Personal Platinum, the simple new way to choose your rate, your reward, your billing date, even your color. Bank One's Personal Platinum. Issued by us, but created by you.
Let's reset it for you. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. And the team foul, 6 for Northwestern, 5 for Illinois. The possession arrow favoring the Fighting Illini. Illinois 17-5 on the season, 7-4 in Big Ten play. They came into this game only 1 game behind Michigan, the conference leader, in the loss column.
Evan Seacat is an excellent outside shooter, number 24. They give Blake a look.
Rebounded by Parker. And Parker runs right over D. Brown. No call. Backdoor Parker. Not a good pass. Brown hits the deck. And the Wildcats turn it over. 4 steals today for D. Brown.
He had 5 in the win against Michigan State.
Cook ceiling. Off the glass. Count it. And the foul. Brian Cook. When you need a basket, you go to your best player.
It's easy. It's elementary. Maybe the Big Ten Player of the Year, showing you why he deserves that kind of recognition. Back-to-back hoops as his team was looking for an answer. 12 of his 16 so far today in this second half.
Cook at the line. And he drains it. 64-55. 3:30 to go here in the second. Don't forget, Thursday on CBS, the Survivor Battle of the Sexes is on. The women may have won the first round, but the men came fighting back. Who will win the ultimate crown? It's the biggest, baddest Survivor yet. Don't miss the Survivor Battle of the Sexes. Thursday at 8/7 Central on CBS, America's most watched network. 3:30 to go. Brian Cook has had an excellent second half.
He scored 10 of the last 12 points for the Fighting Illini. Only had 7 points in the first 28 minutes. And that's what an MVP caliber player does for you.
And Northwestern with another turnover. Just not enough room on the court right now for the Wildcats.
Well, they want to space you so much, but you still have to be aware of where those end lines and baselines are.
Darren Williams.
Well, look at Brian Cook really working inside.
Cook steps out now.
He'll shoot it from there.
Himself with a ball fake. It's short. And Jennings with the two-handed rebound. Here's DJ Parker on the move to the basket. Off the glass, no. Loose. Snatched down by Williams. To Brown, blocked, and he's fouled. D. Brown. So an important game for Illinois, 7-4. But as I mentioned, they're only one game behind Michigan in the loss column. Wisconsin, the number 2 team. Purdue losing today to Ohio State.
And Illinois will play at Michigan and at Wisconsin and have home games against Indiana and Minnesota to finish the regular season of the conference slate. As Jennings, who had a very solid game today, 13 points to go along with 7 boards and 4 assists. A couple of costly turnovers here, though, late. A bad pass, and then not aware of the sideline, or the baseline, rather, as he stepped out of bounds on their last possession.
So D. Brown, nice game, 15 points. And he's off the mark on the first. And the remaining schedule for the Fighting Illini.
That's what we talked about. They have Indiana coming up on Tuesday, then road games at Michigan, at Wisconsin, and then
the 2
Minnesota.
In the conference.
Minnesota hovering in pretty good position, lurking to take advantage of any slip-up or to make their own breaks, as they'll face a couple of the teams in front of them.
2:41 to go, 65-55. Northwestern in desperate need of a bucket. Here's Burke down the lane, off the glass and in. Great first step for Burke. And he has notched 15 points. Averages only 6 per game. Cook inside, Smith, nice seal. Nick Smith using all 7 feet 2 inches.
And with Burke having 4 fouls, he was really in no position to offer much resistance.
Here's Blake. Just really can't find his stroke.
And it's a mystery for a guy who's been one of the outstanding 3-point field goal shooters in the conference the last couple of years.
1 of 7 from the field today. Illinois playing keep away and a foul. And that is team foul number 9 against Northwestern. Now let's check the CBS Sportsline stat of the game. What is it? Well, it is second half field goal percentage. Northwestern shooting a better percentage than Illinois. And that is how they got back in the game. Get complete game stats at cbssportsline.com or on America Online. Enter keyword CBS Sportsline.
Northwestern got to within 4, 59-55 at the 5:50 mark. And then it was simply too much Brian Cook. And sometimes, Gus, it basically comes down to that. Illinois has the best player. He made plays. Northwestern had a couple of costly turnovers. And before you know it, a team you had on their heels is now 10 or 11 points in front of you.
Parker down the lane, and he gets it to go. I tell you what, T.J. Parker has feline quickness. He can really motor. Cook into the front court. Brown to the basket. Around the rim and out. And it's last touch by Northwestern with 1:12 to go. There's Brian Cook. And what I like about his game today, he showed patience. Roger Powell was going good in the first half. He didn't force up any bad shots. And when they needed him most, he came through.
Yeah, and I think he relishes that role. Most of the players, freshmen and sophomores, with the exception of Brian Cook, Harrington as well. But Cook realizing that his team looks to him to make plays when it's winning time. And the big fella got it done at the most critical juncture this afternoon.
And Powell comes into the game, having a career day. Roger Powell with 16 in the first half. Second free throw off the mark, rebounded by Cook. Now Illinois backs it out. Northwestern refusing to foul. A minute to go. They spread it out for Brown. Guarded by Hashad. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Brown with the step. The kick. Williams for 3. Off the front rim, and he gets his own rebound. Williams fouled on the sideline. So Bill Self, he's one of those coaches, folks, that has a twinkle in his eye. He always looks as if he's in on a joke that nobody knows.
I think part of it is he just loves what he's doing, and he really likes this team. He likes who they are now and the potential of what they can become in the future.
Bill Self.
And he's a basketball junkie too, Gus.
Yes, he is.
I mean, he's one of the few coaches, a lot of times, once you get into conference play, most coaches, because of the demands of the job, really just lock into the teams in their conference. But you can talk to Bill Self about just about any basketball team on the college landscape, and he's got a handle on it.
E. Brown with the steal and layup. Here's Burke in the corner. Parker, rather. And the layup goes for the Young. And here come the subs.
Well, I know Bill Carmody, while he doesn't like the loss, has to be relatively pleased with his team's effort. They fought hard and got back to within 4. But then just costly turnovers, too much Brian Cook, a lot of Roger Powell early. I think there's some things they can build on from this one as they move towards the end of the conference regular season and the Big Ten tournament.
So Illinois will improve to 18-5 on the season. 8-4 in conference play. They defeat Northwestern 73-61 the final. The Chevrolet most valuable players of the game, Jason Burke from Northwestern with 15 points, and Roger Powell from Illinois, a career-high 20. Chevrolet will make a contribution to each school's general scholarship fund to reward outstanding students for their academic achievements and to assist those in financial need. Don't forget, Game 2 of our doubleheader coming up next. For Clark Kellogg, I'm Gus Johnson, saying so long from the United Center here in Chicago, where the Fighting Illini have prevailed over Big Ten rival Northwestern. Now let's go to New York and Greg Gumbel after this commercial break.
Dayton has got to shut out and try to deny, maybe get a 5 count, maybe a charge. I wouldn't be surprised if Thad Matta throws the ball all the way down the court. See, right now with nobody in center field, they'll throw it long and that'll end it.
There you go. And there's your ball game. And the Xavier Musketeers come into Dayton and stop the Dayton 13-game home win streak. Final score of 73-72. Xavier wins for the 11th straight time. For Fred Fischella, I'm Dave Sims. What a beauty here in the Atlantic 10 as Xavier takes over first place. This has been a presentation of ESPN. We send it back to our ESPN studios.
Arrests have been made this year. Champaign's mayor wants to end people under 21 serving alcohol. He says that leads to underage drinking. Well, it's called the Substance Abuse-Free Environment.
But the Safe House in Urbana says donations are down to help men fight addiction. As 3 News reporter Jonathan Cho tells us, some of the men took fundraising into their own hands and voices today.
Singing songs of praise on this bus is helping in Nate Tillman's road to recovery, one that started at the Safe House and has now led to a drug-free lifestyle.
Couldn't manage my money, you know, my life was falling apart, you know, and I was just ready to submit.
Tillman's grateful he beat his cocaine addiction through the home's rigorous substance abuse program. But he says the introduction to music and God is what really gets him through each day.
You know, just humming a melody in my mind or something, you know, it keeps me focused, you know, on where I need to be and where I'm going.
Satan tried to turn me around, but I'm going on.
After months of practice, Tillman and 9 other men are finally ready to perform for an audience. They're hoping their song of praise inside First United Methodist Church in Champaign will be enough to raise a lot of money.
They're carefree, their minds on just being there and being together with one another. So it's really a camaraderie that brings them real close together.
And Tillman says he's positive that camaraderie will be there for new residents of the Safe House for a long time to come. Jonathan Cho, 3 News.
And organizers hope to raise $100,000. That's how much it costs to keep the Safe House going every year.
New at 10, relatives of the victims of that deadly fire in Rhode Island saw the scene for the first time today. Officials now say 97 people died in Thursday night's blaze. Family members were taken to the site today on buses. Rhode Island's governor barred news helicopters from flying over the scene to videotape them. They stood behind a chain-link fence several yards away to pray and say goodbye. A makeshift memorial is piled high with cards, flowers, high school pictures, poems, and even an unopened can of beer. High winds have called off the search for anyone trapped under the collapsed roof of a Toys R Us store in Maryland.
Officials stress they don't believe anyone's underneath the rubble. 90% of the store's roof collapsed Saturday afternoon under the weight of heavy snow in the Baltimore suburb. 9 people received minor injuries, including a 3-year-old child.
Soon, if you want to park at the airport, security may search your car. The Transportation and Safety Administration is mandating airports randomly search vehicles. One airport in Texas is actually checking everyone's car, but some airports are refusing to look in people's cars, saying it violates state laws. Willard Airport in Savoy says it's not searching cars, but is considering that in the future. A top Iraqi official says the UN order to destroy a missile program is under study.
The Iraqi liaison to the UN weapons inspector says his country is serious about solving this. General Hossam Mohammed Amin says he hopes Americans and others won't interfere. The UN has ordered Baghdad to begin destroying some types of missiles, fuel, warheads, and all other parts by March 1st. because they had too much range. Pope John Paul is concerned a war with Iraq will unsettle the entire Middle East. Today, the Pope called on Catholics to fast on March 5th. That's Ash Wednesday. It would be to show support for peace. He says the future of humanity will never be determined by the logic of war or terrorism. Well, after 8 months serving in the war on terrorism, dozens of American reservists are back home in the Midwest.
A tearful homecoming for the 42 members of the 329th Quartermaster Battalion based in St. Louis. These soldiers were in Afghanistan supplying petroleum to the front lines. When the unit was deployed back in May of 2000, it could have been on active duty for as long as 2 years. Instead, they were gone for 9 months.
Police in Decatur are looking for a man who held up a local restaurant. They say the man robbed the Subway restaurant on East Mount around 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Police say he forced an employee to hand over the cash at gunpoint. He got the cash and then ran away. No one was injured. Police say he's a white man standing about 6 feet tall. They say he was wearing a black hooded sweatshirt and jeans. Call Crime Stoppers or the Decatur Police if you have information.
A new billboard is up in Champaign in response to others asking the U of I to fire its chancellor. The sign on North Prospect reads, "Support our chancellor, support our community." The billboard is sponsored by Citizens for a Responsible Community. 4 billboards asking the U of I to fire Chancellor Nancy Cantor were also recently put up by an area lawyer. Those billboards are part of a campaign to keep the Chief Illini symbol at the U of I. We saw the Grammys earlier here on Channel 3. Later, we'll show you what may be part of the next batch of Grammy winners. Kind of different style, though.
But next, we'll introduce you to a local minister preaching to the flock for the first time since a paralyzing accident.
You're watching 3 News at 10 with Jennifer Hendricks and Bob Waters, meteorologist Mike Tenura with weather, and Mike Clef with Sunday Sports Wrap.
Disaster can happen anytime.
It was on Mother's Day, and we had plans to go to families. We had to walk through water on our street like waist deep, opened our front door, and everything that we had was floating or underwater.
And when it happens in central Illinois, the local Red Cross is there.
I would just like to again thank the Red Cross for everything they did for me. It was amazing that they helped out that much.
Support your local Red Cross. Call 344-2800. Together we can save a life.
They're more than man's best friend. They're part of our families. They're happy to see us when we come home, and they keep us company when we're sad or lonely. They don't ask for much, just a little love and attention. But we owe them so much more. Keep your pets safe and healthy. Feed them well, give them plenty of water, and have them spayed or neutered. After all, nothing is too good for a member of the family.
Brought to you by Drake Homes, UC Bank, and University Auto Park, carrying companies of Central Illinois.
American Idol's Simon Cowell. Love him or hate him, you never know what he's going to say next.
I don't want to be rude, but that was actually pathetic.
That was pathetic?
There's no spark, no motivation, no compliments.
Okay, he's the one, the only. The one, the only. He is the one, the only. American Idol's Simon. Was it better?
That was the one.
Next Oprah.
Monday at 4 on Channel 3.
A paralyzed pastor is back in the pulpit for the first time since his accident.
37-year-old Reverend Dale Miller of Bloomington was paralyzed after he fell off a ladder last September. Today, he preached for the first time since his fall. Miller was released from the hospital several weeks ago, but he's still in rehab and diagnosed as quadriplegic. Miller painted houses to supplement his income as a minister. Now people are helping the Millers by donating a van and money. His family's using the donations to make the van and his home wheelchair accessible.
I think I've cried my share of tears through the whole thing, but it's just been a neat experience to be back home.
Miller will travel between Bloomington and St. Louis for rehab. He keeps his running shoes on the back of his wheelchair because he says he'll use them again.
Parts of Oklahoma, Missouri, and Kansas are getting blasted by a winter storm tonight. Take a look at Tulsa, Oklahoma. Drivers really don't know what to do on this stuff down there. Lots of accidents reported as these parts are getting more than a foot of snow. Some areas received snowfall rates of 4 inches an hour. Looks like the salt trucks are doing okay, but at 4 inches an hour, that's
fast. I hope that's not what we have in store.
Yeah, more snow, huh, Mike?
Well, yeah, the worst we've seen so far in Illinois is about 1 inch an hour. That's fairly typical for a significant snow around here, but 4 inches of snow an hour. That includes thunder more than likely. So we're not seeing that here. We do have fairly heavy snows though along Interstate 70 and also up to the northwest, including Taylorville and Jacksonville. I'll have more details and show you the radar coming up here. Today's high 27 degrees. We have flurries across Champaign-Urbana, so a trace of snow for today. And as far as the current readings, east winds at 14 miles an hour with temperatures in the mid-20s. I'll have the details on our mini winter storm coming up.
There are angels in this world. Angels who work small wonders. Who help feed the hungry ones. Warm the ones that are cold. Save the lonely from despair. And help the lost find their way. They work quietly. And when they're done, they don't beat their wings and fly away. They walk. Thank you. You're an angel.
Now, Forecast Center 3 with meteorologist Mike Tenura.
The snow's falling in earnest. Tomorrow looks okay, though. We're expecting mostly cloudy skies with highs chilly at around 20 or so in Champaign-Urbana. Colder as you go north with 18 in Kankakee and 19 in Bloomington, normal. And the coldest weather tomorrow night will be south of I-72, where heavy snow is now falling. Snow advisories are in effect for these counties here, shaded in blue. That includes Charleston, Mattoon, Paris, Robinson, Effingham, and Shelbyville. This is where the heaviest snows will be tonight. And we also have winter weather advisories just off to the west from there. So all of you watching from I-70 are going to see the heaviest snow totals. And this is the way they should shape up. 3 to 6 inches in purple, 2 to 3 inches in yellow, and slightly lower totals as you head on to the north. For locations along I-72, including the state capital, Decatur, Champaign-Urbana, and Danville, right around 2 inches with the heavier totals in Springfield and Decatur, where it's been snowing now for a couple of hours. The snow is still to reach the ground further off to the east. And here's the reason it is snowing. Today we saw heavy snow across most of Missouri, and that's working its way onto the east, and now it is across most of our state, and that's why we're seeing those snows start here in Illinois this evening. We think most of it should be over with by tomorrow morning, so for the rest of tonight, plan on occasional light to moderate snow, and you can see all of it overspreading the area. But in Champaign-Urbana, we haven't seen the snow reach the ground yet, which means that we have dry air in place east of I-57 and north of Champaign, helping to evaporate some of that before it reaches the ground, so that will keep the snow totals down a bit there. But visibilities have been near 1 mile all evening long in Springfield, and very heavy snows have been reported in Effingham over the past hour or so. Temperatures are well below freezing at 25, but look at this, 7 below now in Goodland, Kansas, and all of this air here is extremely cold. Polar air is moving in. It will be here tomorrow and tomorrow night, with lows approaching 0 by Tuesday morning, excuse me. Here's a look at that storm moving its way through Illinois. Again, this all will be over with by tomorrow morning with only a few flurries here and there. Then mostly cloudy skies for tomorrow afternoon with a few peaks of sunshine, but at the same time a few flurries. So here's what we have for tonight. 1 inch of snow north of I-72, 1 to 3 inches along and south of I-72, and 4 to 6 inches along Interstate 70. Lows in the low teens with northeast winds switching to the northwest overnight and fairly light, so that won't be a factor. Mostly cloudy tomorrow, highs near 20 with a few flurries. Northwest winds sustained at 15 miles an hour. Quiet on Tuesday and Wednesday. Another chance for light snow Wednesday night and on Thursday.
Best advice here, then, keep it here on 3 News for school closings if we have any.
Tomorrow morning, most of those will be well south of I-72, but when it comes down, it does come down fairly well, so just keep your eyes on the road when you're out there tomorrow. All right, thank you, Mike.
We saw the Grammys, but wait till you hear this music.
Iowa students with their own version of Stomp. That's ahead on 3 News, but first, your winning lottery numbers.
$7,000 off.
At O'Brien's University Auto Park.
2003 Chrysler Town & Countries with $3,500 rebates, $2,000 off.
Plus, put $750 down and Chrysler will match it to $1,500.
That's $7,000 off.
800 new and certified best used vehicles, all priced to sell.
Including 0% financing on Camrys, America's best-selling car.
And 60-month 0% financing on select new Mazdas and Chryslers.
Only at O'Brien's University Auto Park, Urbana.
The telephone. It's always the telephone. You never know. Is this going to be another disaster?
Drugs were the #1 priority in my life.
I was basically just doing drugs waiting to die.
I looked like a walking skeleton.
She went out for a pack of cigarettes and was gone for over 3 days.
You blame yourself, you blame each other.
They probably would have been relieved if I had died or gone to prison.
The cravings were so horrific that nothing else mattered.
You get crazy when you do drugs.
Absolutely had to have it, knowing on the way to get it that I shouldn't do it.
It's a walking death.
And I remember my mother saying to me one day, "You're going to die if you don't get help." I wanted to have my life back and my family back. And that's when my mother found Narconon.
If you or someone you love has a drug or alcohol problem, call Narconon today at 1-800-468-6933.
Well, a group of kids at Marshalltown High School in Iowa will beat on just about anything, literally.
They call themselves the Industrial Percussion Lounge. These 19 stick-wielding drummers are used to beating their brains out, laying down the backbeat for the marching band. Now they have their own show. It's kind of like a stomp and blast, but not totally. They've added some unique twists, like beating up a heavily dented car donated by the local body shop. Mostly, though, they use trash cans. And listen to this, some of their pieces have been published. Very interesting.
Hopefully they don't take that home with them, though. They just
beating on everything at their house.
Mom and Dad wouldn't like that.
Hey, speaking of beating things, not beating things, beating people, Mike Clout joins us now with Sunday Sports Wrap with some big news.
I'm sorry, Jennifer, that was funny.
Funny.
Thanks, Bob and Jennifer. The Grammy people definitely handed out some awards tonight in the Big Apple, and we on the Sunday Sports Wrap will do the same. The award for Best Drive goes to a seasoned NASCAR veteran who weaves his way in and out of traffic at Rockingham straight to victory lane. And in wrestling, we hand out Best Move on the Mat to an Illini senior who remains undefeated in conference action as the Illini Grapplers close out the home schedule. And of course, the Best Punch of the weekend will take home some hardware as we open all the envelopes and tell you who the winners are. And just like the Grammys, we'll hear a live acceptance speech coming up next on the Sunday Sports Wrap.
Across our lines, through our infrastructure, a call will come asking you to switch, asking you to leave SBC. That would be the perfect time for you to ask them a thing or two. Whose networks are they using? Whose repair crews go out in an emergency? Go ahead, ask them. Then just listen to the silence. The customer. That's who we answer to. SBC.
Feel the flame forever burn, teaching lessons we must learn to bring us closer to the power of the dream. Feel the flame forever burn, teaching lessons we must learn to bring us closer to the power of the dream.
Now, Sunday Sports Wrap on 3 News.
All right, welcome to the Sunday Sports Wrap. We start the show in championship fashion as the Illinois men's tennis team wins its first ever national championship, beating the Florida Gators 4-2 to take the National Intercollegiate Indoor title. Joining us now are the indoor national champions. Wow, Craig Tiley, Brian Wilson. Coach, congratulations. And, you know, you've been to the championship match at these national indoors. In the last 6 years, you've been 4 times.